Happy Friday! Welcome to the March edition of the Dean's List. If you've watched before, you know who I am, and sitting next to me, as you may have noticed with your eagle eyes, is not Katherine. It's the resident Katherine Way diva, Deanna.
Hello, everyone.
So Deanna is going to join us today because it's Katherine's busy season. So she's at a trunk show. She's going to FaceTime with us in just a moment, and then we'll take care of the rest of the Dean's List after that. So I'm sure you're probably sitting here thinking, normally before I watch this video, I've received the digital copy of my Dean's List, and you're starting to panic. Did I fall off the list? Did it go to junk? What have I done wrong? Do not panic. It's going to go out tomorrow. We're a small team of powerful women, but every now and again, we fall a little bit behind, and I have not pushed send on that newsletter yet, so you'll get it
It
tomorrow.
keeps everyone on their toes.
Exactly.
Just keeps you watching.
Exactly.
Builds the excitement. You did good.
No, so, I mean, that's basically in a nutshell today, but let's see if we can loop Katherine in really quickly before she gets too busy, and that way she can say hi and give you a little bit of a rundown so that you know what a trunk show is like and how it works with us. We'll loop her in just a second. In the meantime, while we're waiting, let me just go ahead and show you something that we failed to mention last month. If you haven't shopped our website lately, we have added some fantastic Katherine Way accessories. We'll go over them in a little more detail in just a few minutes, but if you're browsing the website and looking for something to pair with our fantastic dresses and pants and skirts, be sure to shop the new accessory collection so that you can complete your head-to-toe look with Katherine Way. No, we didn't find her. This is what happens when you're a busy fashion designer at a trunk show.
Hopefully she'll call back in again, and we will pick her up as soon as she calls.
Yeah. In the meantime, we're just going to keep on rolling and move into our styles of the month. And today, joining us live for our styles of the month is Lisa, our Beach Boutique manager. So she's going to come on and tell you what you need to shop this month and how to get it.
Hello, everybody. If you have liked the Beach Boutique Facebook page, you will have seen me on occasion giving little tours of the store. So if you're local Jacksonville, please stop by and check out what we have at the Beach Boutique. We've got a lot of exciting stuff going on. And right now we have a lot of things from past couple seasons that have really been marked down because we need to make room for spring. So stop in and check out and see what we have. But a couple of the styles that I wanted to show you, this is the NOLA dress, and you will be seeing Wendy in it in a little bit. But this dress is great. This is in our new link side print. What our customers really like about this dress is that it's a little bit longer, and so it's great for a professional look, or if you are a little self-conscious about your legs and want it just a smidge longer, this dress is great for that. And then another style, the same style that Deanna has on, this is our Doral dress and a new print called Puzzle Maze. And this dress is also great. I love to golf in this dress. It's got the pockets that you can use, that you've got to have if you're golfing. So it's got pockets on it. It's a little more casual with the quarter zip. Has a great little pleat or cut on the side. So this is super dress. It's a little more casual, like I said, and this has been selling really well for us at the store. This one will be available just on the web at this point. The first dress, the NOLA link side, I will have in the store starting this weekend. This dress is the NOLA that Stephanie had on, and if you haven't seen Stephanie in person, you need to understand she is tall. So this is a great dress for somebody like Stephanie, especially because it is that little bit longer. If you're looking for something to wear for St. Patrick's Day, this is a great green dress. This one I will also have in the store beginning this weekend. So you can come and check that one out at the Beach Boutique. And then,
sorry to interrupt you.
Sure.
We're going to have a guest at this point.
Super.
We're going to show everybody. It might be hard to see. I'm getting a little closer. Katherine is joining us live from Luxe Boutique in Naples, Florida. Everybody say hello to Katherine. She's going to tell you a little bit about our trunk shows and give you a little live fashion show.
Oh, yeah.
We got to turn.
Okay, here at Luxe Boutique down in Naples. Guys, the weather is amazing here right now. It's so busy all day. And so I just want to tell you a little about this. So look at this darling little dress on it. This is new for this season. We love this little print. And then I also have on the hibiscus in the St. Regis today. St. Regis today. Anyway, we've been busy. And let me tell you a little bit for the wholesale customers.
Just lost her sound.
Uh-oh, we may have lost her. Okay, well, she was just getting ready to tell everybody about how a trunk show works. So if you're watching and you're thinking, all right, what do I do to get a trunk show? If you're a wholesale customer, you can book with our sales team now. And Katherine will come visit you and show off those styles. And I'm telling you, we'll tell you a little bit more about this later, but when Katherine is there, people go bonkers. So you want to have Katherine in your store for a special event. But we'll get back on track and we're going to bring Lisa back on to go over our final March style of the month.
Yes, I just wanted to show one more thing, and this would be, I've been waiting for this skirt. If you stop in the boutique or if you golf with me, you know I love the skirts. I wear them all the time during the summer. This is a new style. This is called the Saratoga. It's essentially the Kiowa skirt, but has this cute little slit on the left leg, but it has this, so it's got the straight bottom, it's got the pockets. This skirt I just live in. And then we do have this Cypress polo in the Beach Boutique as well. And I like the Nola dress is a smidge longer. This Cypress polo is a little bit shorter because I like to have my tops untucked, so it's a better tunic to wear with the untucked look. So that's what I've got. Stop by the Beach Boutique and hope to see you.
All right, everybody, if you're, like Lisa mentioned, our store is in Jacksonville Beach, and she's got phenomenal inventory there to shop in person. And you should go check it out now because we're getting ready to make some changes, and you guys are going to love it. And so you got to go check it out now, see what it looks like, and then watch the transformation. This will be like a Chip and Joanna Gaines sort of situation going on here. So you want to check it out, the before and after in person. But we will resume with the rest of the Dean's List. Deanna's going to come on back and join me because we're going over what all we're loving this month. And this is a total surprise for you because we haven't sent the newsletter yet. So, Deanna, take it away.
All right. So first, what we're loving the most is this item that I just recently discovered called Swedish dishcloths. So this is what they look like. So you can kind of see, you can get them in all different kinds of fun prints and designs. You can get solids, you can get some with llamas. If you go on any of your favorite big box stores, online or in person, you're going to see Swedish dishcloths. So I will say you have to kind of be mindful of which ones you buy because there are some that are not authentic Swedish dishcloths and they have a different composition of materials. So if you're a real purist and you're very environmentally aware and conscious, you want to make sure that you get the authentic Swedish dishcloths. So let me just tell you a little bit about these because I think that they're wonderful. They are super absorbent. They're durable. You cannot rip them or tear them. And if you are one of those people who want to go paperless, like you don't want to continue to use napkins or paper towels or those kind of things, these are a great replacement. I use them for dishes. I use them for counters. You can use them for cleaning out your car. You add them to water and then they become more like a sponge. You can throw them in the washing machine. You can throw them in the dryer. If you throw them in the dryer, they come out like this. But if you really want them to lie flat in your drawer because you're incredibly anal, then you hang them to dry and they stay like this. They are biodegradable. They're made up of cellulose and cotton. And the Swedish ones are like 70% cellulose. So they're real environmentally friendly. They, depending on which ones you get, most of them say that you can use them up to 200 times.
Wow.
If you're like me, sponges make me insane. They have like that sponge odor.
They get funky.
Maybe it's just because like I use them too long. That is entirely possible. But sponges and me are like, ugh. So these are fabulous. I love them. I use them. I throw them in the washer. I do throw them. I do put them up to dry only because, again, I want them to lay in the drawer. But they're great. They're really a nice, environmentally friendly, no odor, machine washable, just lovely alternative to that nasty old sponge that everyone has me included. So that's what we're loving. Swedish dishcloths. You can find them everywhere.
I've never heard of them until Deanna told me about these. I prefer to just not wash dishes, frankly. But it is a necessary evil in life. So if you do, this is your next best option.
Floors, dishes. I've used them for dusting before. I mean, actually, I love the fact that you can just wash them and reuse them, and you really can. If you live in a place that's very, very environmentally aware, they really can replace most. I mean, not all of your paper, but most of your paper.
A good portion.
Yeah,
however,
a significant amount.
Speaking of being slightly lazy, my next item on our March list is a place that I like to go visit when I want someone to do everything for me. So our next feature for the month is Hammock Beach Golf Resort and Spa in Palm Coast, Florida. So if you are looking for a safe, family-friendly vacation spot, they are the place to go. I'm showing you our lookbook. You can shop this lookbook online. You can click everything that's in it. But they were gracious enough to allow us to host our spring 2021 photo shoot there. And you guys, it's beautiful. They have two golf courses, both on the ocean, one designed by Jack Nicholas, one designed by Tom Watson. I'm not a golfer, but I was impressed. So go check it out. They're about an hour from here, so we were so fortunate to go. And I will tell you, they have the greatest staff. They are following all COVID protocol at this point. And once you step foot on their resort, everything is there that you need. There are restaurants, there's bars, there's a spa, there's multiple pools, there's tennis, there's boating. Anything you want, they have it, and they are phenomenal. It's a great price point, and you can take your kids, you can take pets. There are so many options. So go check it out. We highly recommend it. And if you go in a few weeks, you might find us there taking a little staycation. And if you go, definitely check out their bar. I won't tell you that I sat there for multiple hours, but I'm sure they would tell you something different.
And who doesn't need like a breakaway? Even if you live in Florida or if you live in the north, I mean, it's like regardless of where you are, you need a break. If you've been isolating or quarantining, it doesn't matter if you live in the south, you need to get away.
That's right.
Yeah.
And our final item on what we're loving this month is another book.
Yay!
Which Deanna will tell you about, because we all know I'm not much of a reader.
Well, we just don't talk about the kind of books that she reads, but it's really okay.
That's true.
All right, so the book that we're going to be talking about this month is called The Boy, the Mole, the Fox, and the Horse, and it's by Charlie Maxey. This is a lovely, lovely, lovely book. I'll just tell you how it came to me, and then I'll tell you a little bit about it. A friend of mine, a dear friend of mine, who had recently lost her brother very tragically, went into Barnes and Noble and was looking for a book on grieving. And the young man who was there, she went up to him and she explained the situation. I just lost my brother. I need a book to help me navigate through this grief. And he looked at her and he took her by the hand and he led her over to this book. He said, this is the only book that you need, which I think is just such a lovely story. And then she, during a time in my life, then passed it along to me. In its most basic, it's a story about a boy, a mole, a fox, and a horse, and the adventures that they go on together. But what it's really about is just hope and compassion and self-confidence, and just how to navigate through just unsettling times or traumatic times. It's not a book that you need to sit down and read from cover to cover, and that's not how I approached it at all. You can if you like, but for me, just opening up to a page, because every page is kind of a perspective, and it just gives you, it's just so important during the times that we live in, just to treat yourself with tenderness and compassion, and to give not only yourself some grace, but to extend that grace to others. And this book really, every page you just open, it's like, oh, that's just something that I need to keep in my heart today. So it's just a lovely, lovely, lovely every day, just pick it up and open it to a random page and just take that message with you. And it just gives us just hope and helps us with our anxiety during the time that we're living in right now. So I really, really recommend it. The Boy, the Mole, the Fox, and the Horse. You can find it everywhere, online, offline, in-store, off-store. So
Perfect.
that is really such a thing.
Yeah,
as off-store.
and as usual, if you've
Works
read
for
it,
me.
leave us a comment, let us know your thoughts, and if you haven't read it, send us an email and give us a suggestion. What should we feature next? What's a book that we should read?
Because we know we're not taking suggestions from Steph. So
I know,
there's
yeah.
that.
That's very
Right?
true.
Okay.
And I briefly mentioned this earlier. We always have a bonus what we're loving. Our bonus what we're loving is our new Katherine Way line of accessories.
Yay.
So, you know,
Aren't they
try to make a
great?
noise with my bangle bracelets. You can visit. You can find them on our website under the jewelry section. So add them on. They go perfectly with every Katherine Way style. Katherine hand selected them herself for you, so they match a variety of styles and colors. But now for my favorite segment of the show, Katherine's Kitchen. I'm going to get out of the way because we're bringing Wendy back for this. This is the Deanna and Wendy portion.
Yay.
So they will tell
Come on
you
in here,
what
Wendy.
we're making.
All right, I love this section too. This is so much fun. So we're going to be talking about Irish drink, because we're all dressed up for St. Patrick's Day today, right? So we're going to be talking about Irish drinks 3 ways. I keep pulling Wendy over so she gets into the picture because, you know what, I need somebody else beside me. Because God knows I lack self-confidence. It just shows, doesn't it? All right, so we're going to be talking about, and I'm going to pull them over. Most of them I made, but we'll make a little bit of them while we're standing here. And you know what? I'm just going to bring these like this so y'all can see. So we're talking about Irish drinks for 3 ways. First thing that we're talking about are leprechaun mimosas. What you think, Wendy?
I think it's
Thoughts?
very green.
It is very green.
Festive.
It's fun, isn't it?
It is.
I mean, it's a great green color. And all the recipes, in case I neglect to say it, are on the website. This is super, super easy. It is half a glass, well, depending on how strong you want it, half a glass of orange juice, half a glass of champagne, and then just like a half a shot of blue Curacao, and you just stir it all up. And it's just a really fun, festive. I had to play a couple of times to get the right. If you use too much blue Curacao, it comes out too blue. And remember, we always drink our mistakes in deference and in respect to the grapes that gave their lives to make that champagne or Prosecco or Cava or whatever they gave their lives for. You always drink your mistakes. And I found that I had to do about 4 of these to get the right green, and the more I drank, the less concerned I became about the right green. So, what do you think?
I mean, it is
Isn't it
very good with the Katherine Way Puzzle Maze green this year. It's our Kelly green. You did a fantastic job matching it up.
Thank you. You can use it at Halloween if you're having an adult Halloween party. I mean, you know, green isn't just for St. Patrick's Day, right?
Well, what else would you use it for?
Oh, I'd throw some pomegranate seeds in there and use it at Christmas time. I mean, what better way to start a day than with a mimosa, right? I mean, right? Okay. So that's our first drink, our leprechaun mimosa.
Love it.
I'll just drink that.
Oh, yeah, and
Thanks.
Steph will just take this one
Yeah.
because, you know, it's color-coded for her.
Somebody has to.
The second drink that we're going to talk about is Irish coffee. Irish coffee. Did you want to ask me any questions about Irish coffee, Wendy?
I do. So Irish coffee. Give me some ingredients in Irish coffee.
Traditionally, very strong black coffee, Irish whiskey.
Where's Irish whiskey made?
Why? Thank you for asking. Actually, I'm going to just tell you about Irish coffee. Because
Okay.
we all know Irish whiskey comes from Ireland, right? Irish coffee started in 1943, if I have my numbers are hard, especially after all the mistakes on the mimosas. I think it was 1943.
It was when my dad was 2.
Okay. Well, and you were just a sparkle in his eye at that
Right.
point, right? Okay, so it started in Ireland. The story is that there was a plane that was turned back for bad weather, and the chef at the airport, like when we had chefs at airports, right? The chef at the airport, to warm the passengers, concocted this drink using Irish whiskey. And not unsurprisingly, the story is that the Americans loved it. So since then, it's been very popular in the United States for St. Patrick's Day. And this is a non-alcoholic version. And what we have in here is actually very strong black coffee, some rum extract. And again, the amounts are on the website so you can see them. Rum extract, you find it right by vanilla extract, all right? A little bit of brown sugar, but if you wanted to make it like keto friendly or gluten free, you could use maple syrup. You could, any sweetener that you prefer for your non-alcoholic. If you're not a purist, you can put it in there. You mix it all together when you put it in. After the coffee stops swirling, so when it's still, here's what we're gonna do. We're gonna finish it today. Now, the traditional way of making Irish coffee is you whip up heavy whipping cream.
Yeah.
And right, so it's whipped, not peaked, pourable, and then for the people who are real serious mixologists, not me, you pour it over the back of a spoon, so it's very still. Me, because, I'll pretty much drink anything, I use just a little Ready Whip. And if you want to get really fancy, you can smooth it like this. And then what we're going to do to make it really pretty, Wendy, hold it right over that tray. Just to make it a little special, I just got just a little shamrock on a toothpick. You stick it on here, and then this is just cocoa. And you just do your little cocoa like this, make a mess of the set, that's okay, and then you lift it, and then you have your little shamrock on top. So this is our non-alcoholic Irish whiskey, all right? So that's that. And then our traditional Irish whiskey, traditionally you use, again, strong black coffee, Irish whiskey, brown sugar. I like raw brown sugar in mine because I think that just gives it a little bit of a boost. Again, if you're going to do real Irish whiskey, you use the whipping cream, you pour it over the back of a spoon, you smooth it out, and then you drink it through the cream, all right? Now, this cream is staying nice. If you do this ahead of time, your cream's going to kind of like migrate down. It's all right. I mean, people will get past that. The more they drink, the less they care about that. So
I do have a question. You had mentioned making this gluten-free. Can you also make this with the alcohol gluten-free?
Absolutely. You have to be careful if you're very gluten intolerant, like if you're celiac, or if you're not just, if it's not a preference, if it's a true allergy. You have to make sure that the what they use to seal the bottle doesn't have gluten in it, because sometimes there are adhesives that have gluten in it. Okay. Sometimes if it's done in a barrel, the connecting piece around the barrel can be sealed with some gluten. So you kind of have to watch out for that. Okay. If it's a preference and you're not that concerned about it, it's probably more of a trace amount. But just make sure that the whiskey is a gluten-free whiskey. All right. I mean, people say, all alcohol is gluten-free. It can be, but you have to look at how they package it and how they seal it. So that's it.
Thank you.
All right. So, Solancha, thank you for joining us in Catherine's kitchen.
Yay.
And we'll get Steph back in here.
All right.
Okay. Thank you, Wendy.
Oh my gosh. Which one has the booze in it? Because that's the one that should be in front of me.
Yeah, the one without the shamrock. Oh, yeah, okay. Go for that one.
Good. Okay, our final segment today is Catherine's Corner. And since Katherine is not here, we're going to do what any great employee and friend would do.
We're going to talk about her.
We're going to talk about her behind her back. So,
because we, not gossip so much as just an exchange of thoughts.
Yeah, exactly. But we're going to do it from two perspectives. I'm going to let Deanna tell you what it's like to be friends with Katherine, then I'll tell you what it's like to work for Katherine. And if this seems crazy, this is because it's a question that we both receive often.
So Steph said to me, let's talk about Katherine since she's not going to be there, which I was like, oh, I am so on board.
We're down.
And she said, talk about what it's like to be friends with a famous fashion designer. And so I really thought about that. And I'm like, okay, what stories can I tell about, being friends with someone who's, very well known and recognizable.
And the least appropriate to tell on Facebook.
Yeah, and ones that Katherine would not go, why did you tell that story? And certainly there are those times, like I found this bag one time when I was shopping on Amelia Island. I said to Katherine, oh my gosh, I found this bag. She's like, oh yeah, that's so-and-so. You met her, I'll introduce you. It's like Katherine knows everyone. Everybody. Katherine swims in a huge pool. I am a tiny little fish. She swims in a very big pond. One time I had a friend over visiting from out of state, and Katherine and my friend, it makes me look quiet. And Katherine stopped by to have a glass of wine. And for 2 hours, this woman said nothing because she was so starstruck. Yeah. I mean, so there's certainly those stories that you can share about what it's like to be friends with Katherine Way. But what I finally decided I wanted to talk about was what it's like to be friends with Katherine. Katherine is the friend who, if you're having a bad day, comes by at 6 a.m. to leave a little treat on your door before anyone's awake just to say she's thinking about you. Katherine is the friend who, if you're having a medical procedure, calls you the minute you get out, even if she's at a show in Atlanta, to ask you how it went. I will never forget the time I was sitting with Katherine in her office one time and we were talking about something. And in the middle of our conversation, she went, oh, just a moment, an alarm went off. And she's like, I have a friend who's having surgery right now. And I told her I'd say a prayer. And she stopped and said a prayer. That is Katherine Way. She is the kindest, most sincere friend that a woman or a man could hope to have. I'm so blessed to have her in my life. And I count my blessings to have her as a friend every day.
That's so sweet.
So, that's
and,
my story.
You know, there's not much that Deanna said that I couldn't echo the sentiment. I've worked for Katherine for 4 years now, and I'll just tell you, most people assume working in this industry is like watching Devil Wears Prada, but it's actually quite the opposite. Deanna is right. Katherine is the kindest, most caring person on earth, and I've been here for 4 years, so if that were not true, I still would not be here. And she's the one that encouraged me to bring Oso, who's now our CFO, to the office.
The three-legged dog.
Yeah, so he's now our unofficial office dog, and that was at Katherine's encouraging because she saw me running back and forth trying to take care of my crazy dog, and she allowed him to start coming into work with me. And if anybody in this office is like Miranda Priestley from Devil Wears Prada, it's probably me. So,
and she wears that proudly.
Yeah, no, I say that with zero shame whatsoever. Katherine is nice. I'm always the bad cop in this situation. If we need to play good cop, bad cop, she's always good cop, and I'm always bad cop. So, but yeah, Katherine is great. And like Deanna mentioned, I've watched grown women cry when they meet her, and I'm not laughing at because I've been in that situation with other people before. And she would kick us today if we referred to her as a famous fashion designer. She does not reference herself in that manner.
And Katherine, one of the things Steph and I talked about, Katherine will never ask you to do anything that she's not willing to do. We have laid floors with Katherine at a show. I mean, she gets right down in the dirt. I mean, she does not breeze in, on her gilded carriage after it's all done.
That's right.
She is a hard worker.
No, she's right there with us. So that's it for Katherine's Corner. But remember, for the Dean's List next month, submit your questions. We'll ask Katherine. She will be back with us. And to shop everything that you see here today, visit our website. It's www.katherineway.com. We have a tab for the Dean's List. Check it out. And if you've watched to the end today and you're looking for a coupon code, the code at checkout today is Deen, DEEN. That will get you free upgraded shipping on any order on katherineway.com. So thank you so much for tuning in. We will see you next month.
Thanks, everyone. Happy St. Pat's.